Said, let's start the session. Hello everyone, welcome to today's AMA with Alum session. Syed will host the session. If you have any queries, you can mention them in the chat box. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Syed.
And Narendra, please also let me know if my screen is visible in my camera.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Is it? Cool.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Ritu
good morning,
and
everyone. Welcome to this AMA session. Sorry.
Puroshotam, you can also turn on your camera and
Yep.
Yes, sure.
Hi, Puroshotam.
Yeah, hi, Sayed.
Hi, Ritu.
Hi, Sam.
Just to start the session, let me give a quick introduction about myself. My name is Sayed Nan, and I am currently a business analytics manager at Gyandhan, which is a fintech company. I am Alma Beta alumni. I graduated last year, and I've been with Alma Beta for I think 6 months as a student, and ever since as an alum. And here I am hosting sessions for you guys. And let us pass on the torch to our other alums today. Puroshotam is a data scientist, and Ritu, as far as I know, is a web consultant. So I'll just pass on. Any of you guys who want to go first, please do so. Ritu, would
Yeah,
you like to go first?
yeah,
Yeah. Myself, Ritu. I'm a physics graduate. So I'm a MSc physics graduate. And last year, the very last year, I pursued the full stack course from Alma Beta. And then after completing the course, I got a chance to become a part of Alma Beta family. And now I'm web development consultant at Alma Beta. So yeah, it feels very good, like from the place where you got a chance to learn so many things, very popular stack, Mon stack, and there you got a chance to work. So yeah, that's all about me.
That's great. Puroshotam?
yeah. So myself, Puroshotam Singh. I joined. I've just taken the course from Alma Better in the year 2021 when I was in the last year semester, last year of my BTech. So I have done graduation in BTech Computer Science Engineering. After that, I got job from Alma Better. So I was in the second batch of the Alma Better cohort Nilgiri after cohort Aravali. So after that, I got job from Alma Better in Tiger Analytics. So there I just worked as a data scientist, and now I'm working in Fine as a senior associate data scientist. So yeah, this is my experience, and this journey is very thrill to me.
Of course, I will believe that. This is a journey which is thrilling to everyone, I feel. I mean, everyone has different journeys, different phases. Of course, Ritu came from a non tech background, and you have a solid core technical background. So, I would like to ask this question to Ritu first. Ritu, how was your experience coming from a non tech background? Because this is one of the most popular questions. I am from BCom background, BBA background, commerce, arts, whatever background it is. Can I switch into data science role? Can I switch into tech, IT? So you would be the right person to answer this today. How was your experience? What struggles did you face? Do you have any key pointers that you actually think will help other watchers?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, even I also know about this. Ki a person from non-tech feels that he or she doesn't know anything about these stacks or like the technical stuff because we never told that. But that I would say ki cannot become the hurdle in pursuing whatever you feels you should. For example, you want to be a software engineer, then it's not mandatory that you have to be with like you have to be that much familiar with whatever is being told. The most important thing which is required to pursue anything is like it should come from within. Like, I want to become this, then I'll definitely do this. I don't want anything ki I should be knowing all these things on a prior basis and then only I can do. So, as I mentioned, I'm a MSc Physics graduate, so I was not very familiar with all the technical stuff that is there in the Moon stack. Like starting with HTML, CSS, and especially JavaScript, which is too technical in nature. And so, like, before joining Alma Better, I started like exploring things on my own, like visiting their official documentations of React.js and Node.js, and learning what I will be learning when I will join any course. Not very particularly Alma Better, but yes, I chose Alma Better because there are so many freedoms if a student will join. First is, you don't have to pay for the placement, which is going to be there in the later phase of your learning. Okay. And like starting from the beginning, you can just pay for the learning. And if you feel that, yes, you need their placement assistance, then only you will go with it. Otherwise, you can just go in a very smooth manner. Like their curriculum is too good. They know how to start with for someone who is like both from a tech and a non-tech background. So yeah, there are so many benefits I found at Alma Mater. And it's like, yeah, as I mentioned, there should not be any obstacles for non-tech people. So you just need to be very clear and thorough with your understandings, and whatever is being told in the class or whatever you are studying from anywhere, you have to be very confident in it. How you'll get confident? By practicing. Let's say you studied HTML, and after studying, you just close your books or your resources. That's how it won't work. So, how technical people learned. One day they were also been through that phase. They learned few things, they practice, and that's how they are very familiar to any particular thing. So, you have to keep this in mind. You have to be very consistent with your studies. So, that's what I feel is the case with me and with other tech and non-tech people.
Agreed. Ritu, I have a follow-up question for you. Of course, coming from a non-tech background, people really feel like overwhelmed. Ki, bhai, what is this? How do I learn this? Of course, web development is a vast field. You have front end, you have back end, a lot of things to learn. But then, if you really look at it, it feels for a beginner, as a beginner, you would really feel, ki, am I really capable of doing this? You have self-doubt. You're really overwhelmed. So how do you overcome those situations where you felt ki this is a lot to learn? And of course, for web development, you have like vast resources. You have endless resources that you can watch, you can go through, you can practice on. But there is a fine stage between being prepared and being over prepared. And how do you
Yeah.
distinguish between that? And how did you deal with the starting self doubt? And how did you push yourself to I have to do this? Of course, I know commitment is the reason, but give us some pointers that our viewers can use.
Yeah, sure. So, like answering your question, first thing is to eradicate that self-doubt. What you can do, you can categorize the whole web development into few parts, and there's a place where you will start. For example, if you want to learn web development, you can't really start with JavaScript or the React or Node.js. You have to start with the very basic of the web development's component, that is HTML. Okay, so when you start with HTML, yes, I agree. There are so many things to learn, but that's where Alma Better plays a key role. Alma Better provides you a very minimalist curriculum there. Like from that place, you can start with any of the particular things that you may have chosen to start with, and then like going with the internet resources. I would say if you're learning a technology, any technology, you're working upon it, you should not rely on the internet resources. The very like the basic reason is that they are outdated. If we'll go with HTML, the latest one is HTML5. And if you'll go and search somewhere, you may get any syntax which is not updated, and you will learn it. And then in the later phase of learning, you will not be able to distinguish ki, what is this HTML3, 4, and 5. And one more thing is the CSS3. So this is very important. You should not rely upon the internet resources. You have to be very choosy when you are choosing your resources. That has to be authentic and updated. That's how technology works. For example, I'll say you have learned from any resources, like apart from algorithm resources, you went through a website and there you learned some HTML tags which were of the version 3. And then just imagine you landed in an interview and there you'll be asked something about it, and you are just clueless ki what is this HTML5 tags and all. So this is the point. You have to be careful when you are choosing your resources, and you don't need to be rely upon all the things which are there in the internet. Yeah. And um, one more thing is keep practicing is very key to success in any field, be it web development or data science. So let's say you are learning something, and if you are not clear about it, you can ask doubts from where you are taking that course, or you can simply Google that. That would work, but simply rely on any source won't work for like in a longer run, and it's not at all safer and recommended.
I agree. I agree. Thanks for that, Ritu. Moving on to Purushotam. Purushotam, I would like to ask you, since you are already from a tech background, what made you, first of all, let me know what was your decision point? Because I had one while I chose data science. I had different opportunities as well to go into web development or blockchain development. But I personally felt that I could rely more upon data science as my career path because that is what I liked. But what was your decision point or a key moment where you took this decision? Ki, bhai, I want to be a data scientist or I want to go into this field. What was that key decision point?
Okay, so going in that direction, so I'm a COVID batch graduate. Like I did my graduation in 2021, BTech. So at that time, my 1 to 1.5 years of graduation went in COVID lockdown only. So what happened at that time? Many companies has refused to come to college for the placement, just due to these recession and all, layoffs, due to some layoffs. So what happened? I was very clueless, like what to do after this, because I just know basics. I just know very basic. So I agree with the Ritu that it should not be necessary that you should be from tech background or non-tech background, or if you want to get a job in web development or any technical kind of job, you should be from tech background. I definitely don't agree this. So why? Because I'm saying this because when I was in graduation, at the time of graduation also, very few basics of coding I was knowing. So just in theoretical, like this is so I was learning C++, so I will just know the basics of for loop and if and else statement, so something very basic. I was not even able to code well. Yeah. But what fascinates me toward data science, so maths is my favorite subject. And I used to do lots of maths when I'm sitting free or in my meantime. Also, when I was doing my pursuing my graduation, I used to teach students mathematics, class 11, 12, 9th and 10th. So these classes I was teaching mathematics to them. So somebody told me that yeah, your mathematics is good. In data science you need coding and as well as mathematics. If your mathematics and stats is good, you can go for the data science. So I thought, yeah, I don't have any clue what to do next, so let's try data science. Because I was not aware of what will be in the data science. Like I don't know about the machine learning. I don't know about the SQL. I don't know about the deep learning, because in my graduation, my college, they just taught me C++, a very old version of C++. Like now, most of the companies have upgraded to some other like Go programming and JavaScript. So they didn't even taught me JavaScript as well. So I decided to, in the last semester of my graduation, in the eighth semester, I decided to take up the course. So I was just looking here and there from where I can take the course. So I just got to know about this Alma Better, that they are providing pay after placement offer. So this seems very good and promising to me, that yeah, when I will get the placement, then only I need to pay for it. So yeah, let's go for it. And that Alma Butter has just started only. So I think Alma Butter has also started in the year of 2020, and mid in the fall of 2020. So in the January of 2021, I just taken their course. And yeah, from there only I just learned Python, because before that I don't know about the Python. I did some self study, and solves many questions on HackerRank and Code Chef. So after that only I got familiar and very comfortable with the coding. Because see, the thing is, in any certification, any course, or any college, they will going to teach you and make you understand. But if you will not apply those learning, and if you will not do the self study, then there is no point of learning anything. So I know this thing very well, because when I used to teach students mathematics, I was just telling them that after going home, please practice some questions, because you will definitely going to forget all these formulas and how to solve any question or how to approach any question. So this is the way just got into the data science, just because of my love of the mathematics and passion for the coding. That's it. This is the whole point of getting into the data science.
Wow, that was really great, Purushottam. Just like I asked Ritu, I also have a follow-up question for you. Since data science is a fairly new buzzword when compared to web development, and I still feel that data science is not yet correctly defined or rigidly defined. It is very, very vast. At some company, as a data scientist, you might be writing SQL queries. At some company, you might be writing machine learning algorithms, like totally different. So sometimes it feels really daunting that I have so much to learn. Like, we have machine learning frameworks, we have deep learning frameworks, we have fundamentals to learn, we have mathematics to learn, as you rightly suggested. In mathematics, people are really, really intimidated by calculus, linear algebra. I understand that it might be easier for a person like you who likes mathematics, but some people, I know majority of people, this is a controversial statement, but I think majority don't like mathematics, which I really find sad, because I also like maths. But then too, there are people who don't like maths and still want to pursue a career in data science. So what would your suggestion be to people who feel as soon as they enter, "Ki, bhai, I want to learn data science, but then this is so much. I have analytics to learn, Excel,
Yeah.
Tableau, Power BI, or machine learning frameworks like Keras, TensorFlow, or deep learning modules like ANN, CNN, RNN. What do I learn? And how would what tips would you give for someone ki take it easy, learn the fundamentals? What would those tips be?
Yeah. So the basic step and fundamental step will be to learn first of all coding, any coding language. For if you want to go in data science, then just pick Python only. You can go with the R as well, R programming. Many companies using R as well, but we don't have that much flexibility and availability in R language. So just go with the Python, and Python is very easy language. Trust me, very easy. So just go with the Python first, and then SQL, and then Excel, then stats, and after that, so in mathematics we have very different categorization. So in mathematics we have stats also. In mathematics we have calculus, algebra, everything, all these things we have. But from my point of view and from my personal experience, I haven't used calculus, linear algebra, matrix algebra anywhere during my career. Like I have more than 2 years of experience, I haven't used that. Basically, whoever wants to go in research field, want to do research in data science, then they would require this heavy kind of mathematics, calculus, linear algebra and all. But if you're just looking for going for the data analyst or data scientist job, who is trying to solve a real business problem, so you are giving someone as a data science consultant, of solving their business problem. So stats is basic. Just go with the stats, because stats will help you to solve questions very easily. And in day to days work in our project and any companies, we often use statistics terminologies, mean, mode, median, and their distribution, historical histogram distribution. So just go with the basic first coding. So cover the coding languages first, Python, SQL, and then go with the if so. Yes, you have mentioned correctly that data science field has not been defined correctly yet. Many people, many companies told data scientists to do the number crunching only, to prepare the dashboard only. And many companies told data scientists to create a new model from existing model, or let's say just develop a brand new model, and uh, do the machine learning and deep learning. So yes, it is not correctly defined, but what I feel like, every company or every role, either it could be machine learning engineer, data scientist, data analyst, data engineer, everybody has the same base, that is data, right? And to play with the data and to understand the data, we need Python and SQL. These two are very basic. And in any interview also, if you are going for data analyst, if you are going for machine learning engineer, if you are going for data scientist, so in every type of interview, their first question, very basic question, will be from Python and SQL only. Your first round will going to be technical only, this coding round. If you will manage to clear that, then they will going for much deeper understanding or your experience, your skills. But the first thing is, the first filter is your coding. If you don't know about coding, if you don't know about how to play with the data, how to extract insights from the data, then there is no point of becoming a data scientist or be in the data science field. So yeah, uh, it's very overwhelming. There are so many things in data science, but the key point is just go with the step by step. Yeah.
Rightly said, rightly said. Yeah, it was really well put, Purushottam. But I would also like to ask you, since you mentioned a few languages, Python and R, what would you, well, personally, what would you prefer? Of course, I know people have this question. There's also this new language, I think, called Julia, which has also
Yeah.
been introduced. It's not yet popular yet, not that popular, but it's still being introduced. So, what would you say to people who have doubts? Ki, will Python still be relevant after 2 years? Or maybe after I graduate, will it still be relevant? What would you say for that?
Yeah. So Python and R both are scripting language. So I would suggest, and my personal experience and my personal choice will be Python only, because I'm too much comfortable with the Python. I know a little bit of R as well, but the thing is, when I just explored R, what I found that we can do all the stuffs that Python in pandas doing, but there are many machine learning algorithms that has not been introduced in R. So it's very difficult to implement machine learning with the help of R language. So that's why I prefer Python. So go with the Python. Python is very easy to understand, because you feel like you are just writing in a your native English language. So that's the idea, and that's the importance, and that's very easy. Python is very easy. So go with the Python, and no need to jump here and there. First you are learning Python and then you are learning R. Just try to make your understanding and your knowledge concrete in any of the language.
So focusing on one particular language and
Yes,
giving proper attention to details and fundamentals would be the right thing, right?
correct.
Yep. Okay, that was really nice. I would also like to ask both of you, since you've mentioned how you could start and what sort of pathway you would take, I would like to know what kind of tech stacks do you use? I just want to compare how different we as data scientists are from web development. What different tech stacks do you use, and what would you tell a beginner, assume that I am a complete beginner and I want to get into Ritu. You could consider me as a web developer who wants to be a web developer, and Purushottam, you consider me as, of course, a data scientist. Tell me of some tech stacks that I have to learn that are like definitely needed to learn, and also how would you place them? Like as Purushottam said, learn analytics first, then Excel, and then mathematics, some stats, and then how would you give that sort of pathway to a beginner? Ritu, would you like to go first, or Purushottam? Anyone?
Yeah,
Ritu,
Ritu,
you go on.
go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so answering your question, in de web development, there is no such fixed thing that you can start with. But yeah, few basics are involved because there are so many tech stacks which are used by many companies and in the industries, of course. So starting with you can just get yourself familiarized with HTML and CSS. Then the journey begins. So if you are choosing JavaScript language, then it comes with so many frameworks and popular libraries. I would mention the names like React, Node, Express, and there are so many. And in the comparison, like React versus Angular, it's very popular comparison. So each comes with its own benefits and the needs and requirements of the industry. So you can get all these things, and in the full stack web development, we can divide it into three parts. First is the front end, then is the back end, and third one is the database. So in the front end part, you can use many technologies like React, you can use. And then when it comes to backend, then in backend, of course, you can use Python in web development, but it's not that popular, or it changes as per the needs of the industry. So in the backend, you can use Node.js, and then comes to the database. Then you have so many options, like you want to go with the relational or a non-relational database, and in these two categories there is SQL and MongoDB. So these things are there, like the popular stacks which you know. So if you'll go stack wise, then first is this Mon stack, which is MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. And the next popular stack is Mean.js. So Mean stack is the Mon, Express. A stands for Angular, which is replacing R of Mon. And there are so many popular frameworks that can replace React. Is Vue.js is also is very getting popular these days. And when it comes to the web development, then also designing is very important. So basically, in the industries, the plain CSS is not used. So for styling, we either go with Bootstrap, Tailwind, Sass frameworks, or if you guys are aware, then Facebook has also launched one StyleX for designing. It's like in the past, I think 1 or 2 weeks, it's being launched. So yeah, so things are coming, things are replacing the earlier things in the technologies, and you can get yourself updated with all such things. Of course, you cannot familiarize yourself with a new stack in 1 or 2 days, but at least you will be knowing ki yes, this has come, it has these advantages over the previous technology, and that's how you can implement if you feel it's good or it's compatible with your business or work. So yes, this is how things work in web development.
Great. Purushottam, would you like to go?
Yes. So, as I have mentioned, there are so many things in data science. It's very overwhelming. Definitely, it is very overwhelming. It's not like of cup of tea that you just decided, okay, I want to do a data science, and after just few months, you will become a data scientist. No, it's not like that. You need to learn so many things, and the thing is, data science is a research field. And yeah, I do agree with Ritu that रोज कुछ ना कुछ नया आता रहता है, राइट? जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल राइट नाउ ओपन एआई जस्ट नॉट राइट नाउ, इट्स बीन मोर देन 1 year. Open AI just introduced large language models which has been trained over transformers, which has the basic of transformers. So earlier we were used to create chatbots using deep learning, using NLP, natural language processing. Now they have made chatbot so much easy that you just need to do some changes in the prompt. So prompt engineering is developing nowadays. If you will do some changes, a few changes in the prompt, you can make your own chatbot for your own business use cases. So let's say I'm working for any medical company, and I want to create a chatbot which can reply in according with the medical terms. So I can train them with the help of just English language. मैं prompt में बस कुछ English में लिख रहा हूँ कि yes, your task is to do this, if anybody asks this then answer this, and then continue your conversation. So there is nothing like coding as well. Now they have removed the coding part from this machine learning and deep learning. They have introduced large language models in which we have prompt. In prompt you just need to write in English language, and then you're good to go. So right now I'm working on some large language models, like vision model and chat models. So I'm just experiencing the flexibility of this prompt engineering. मैं कुछ भी prompt में just I'm just saying some few lines and the model is reacting in that way. So yes, definitely you need to be updated in these technologies. And whenever you are going with either web development or other data science, there are so many things coming day by day. So you need to be updated if you want to be in the top in the race, or if you want to be in the first in the race, because everyone is racing right now. A large language model has been introduced. Now everybody, every each and every company, I have also experienced this. After introducing this large language models, many companies has changed their job description as well. Now in their job description they want large language models. I'm saying, now large language model has just been introduced in last 1 year. How many people would know about these things, right? You are asking for someone to have large language model understanding, or open AI understanding. It's been just 1 year, and you are expecting that people would know about that. So yeah, if you are there expecting, then definitely if you know about this thing, then you will be their top candidate. Then they will going to select you. So in that case you should work on your learning, and whatever coming new things, just go for that. If you feel that yeah, this can be learned, and there are just so many jobs in this particular tech stack, just go for that. So yeah, this is that I want to say, that in data science it is a research field. Every day, every year, new things are coming. So you need to be updated.
You're right. You're right. Just a follow-up question, Purushottam.
Yeah.
What usually happens to you also, Ritu? It's a generic question. Now, with the introduction of ChatGPT, OpenAI, and Google's Bard, we many of us feel like कि भाई अब तो जॉब नहीं मिलेगी, ये हमारी जॉब लेके चली जाएगी. It is a genuine feeling that all of us
Yes.
have कि at least the beginners have. भाई मैं इतना सब पढ़ रहा हूँ, कोडिंग सीख रहा हूँ, लीड कोड पे जाके क्वेश्चंस कर रहा हूँ, बट ये चैट जीपीटी मेरे से बेहतर तरीके में और मेरे से फास्ट ये आंसर कर रहा है इजी से. So, what do you have to say to people or to beginners who feel that ChatGPT or these AI models will take their job? What do you have to say to them?
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, there is a threat. There is threat in the job market. But what I feel like, the person can only guide the AI who would know about that thing. मतलब जिसको चीज आती है वही एआई को गाइड कर सकता है. बिकॉज एआई, अब जैसे देखो, नाउ लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. मैं चाहता हूँ, आई वांट टू क्रिएट अ डिसीजन ट्री. Okay, and I will go to AI chat GPT and ask, okay, just give me the code, and tech, like just tell me the method to write a decision tree code, how to build a model for decision tree. Definitely he will that AI will going to give you the whole code, okay, each and every line by line correctly. But the problem that we are facing in backend, what problem we are facing? So let's say the decision tree is more prone to overfitting. ओवरफिटिंग बहुत जल्दी होता है उसमें, वो बहुत जल्दी डेटा को कैप्चर कर लेता है, पैटर्न समझ लेता है, और जब भी कोई नया डेटा आता है इन फ्यूचर, वो उसको प्रिडिक्ट नहीं कर पाता सही से. So these things cannot be solved by the AI. The AI will only able to solve if everything is provided to the AI. Now you cannot provide everything. Most of the companies don't want to share their data to the AI, because AI is capturing everything. If they will post their data to the AI, if they post their data chat GPT or any GPT model, then they will capture their data and they will train their own model to make better prediction in future. So it's not safe for the any companies to use their data. So that's why yeah, there is a threat. Like threat is like uh, now nobody wants ki you should be a very hard code coder, because you can code with the help of AI. But in order to use that particular code, अगर आपको वो कोड यूज करना है अपने सिचुएशन पे, क्योंकि आपको अगर बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना है, यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि मुझे ये चीज कहाँ अप्लाई करनी है, राइट. बिकॉज एआई सब कुछ नहीं कर सकता, उसको इंस्ट्रक्ट करना पड़ता है, उसको इंस्ट्रक्शंस देनी पड़ती हैं, और इंस्ट्रक्शन एक इंटेलिजेंट गाइड दे सकता है जिसको उसके बारे में नॉलेज है, उस पर्टिकुलर टेक्नोलॉजी और उस पर्टिकुलर टेक स्टैक के बारे में नॉलेज है, देन ओनली ही विल गाइड देम द एआई. So yeah, there is a threat, but still AI cannot do everything. There will be a yeah, requirement of human every time. If AI will come full fledged, but still there will be the need of human as well to retrain the AI, to correct those AI, because AI just predicting whatever they have been trained on. जिस चीज पे वो ट्रेन हुए हैं वही चीज वो आपको बता रहे हैं. सो इंटरनेट और पूरे पूरे ग्लोबल नेट पे जो भी डेटा था उसको उन्होंने लेके अपने आप को ट्रेन किया है, मतलब उनको ट्रेन करवाया गया है एआई को. सो अब इंटरनेट पे सारी इंफॉर्मेशन, सारे वैल्यूज, सारे इंफॉर्मेशन एंड सारे डेटा करेक्ट नहीं है, right? So they might be wrong. Now you as a human, you will correct them, okay, you will retrain them with the new data and new understanding. So that's why every time in future इंसान की जरूरत तो पड़ेगी AI को. Yeah, because we have
Really
brain
well put.
cells.
Really well
Yeah,
put.
we have brain cells and they are more developed than AI,
Of
because
course, of
AI
course.
has been developed by brain only, human brain only. So yeah.
True. Ritu, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I just want to add, it's like a statement कि chat GPT or any AI tool cannot replace humans. It is made not to replace humans, but to assist and augment human capabilities. Because let's take an example. These technologies are not emotionally intelligent. For example, let's say any bot which is working as a customer service, and I have an EMI to pay, but I couldn't because I have lost my job, or uh, someone died in my family, and I'm unable because I was very disturbed, so I could not repay that on time. And now I've got a penalty, a very huge penalty, because my loan EMI was a huge one. So what a bot will do in this situation? He like the bot will reply ki no, this is not in the terms and conditions, you have to repay, and as you fail to repay it, and now you have to repay it along with the penalty amount. But what if a human customer care service person was there? He or she would not reply in this manner because someone died in my family. This is a very emotional connect he or she can do. So AI bots and let's say ChatGPT, it's not emotionally intelligent. And also, ChatGPT or such tools cannot adapt to the dynamic environment that real world industries have. You have to be like, as Purushottam mentioned, it's not the case like only those who are familiar to that field can use ChatGPT. And they can also verify ki is this the correct code, because sometimes we fail to understand ChatGPT what we want from them. He just gave whatever he knows, and this is not how things will work in real world. We have to be intelligent, and that's not ChatGPT. We are more intelligent than ChatGPT. Of course, you have to admit it.
Really happy to hear this answer from you guys because I've heard way different answers from well-educated people. But then I'm really happy to hear these answers from you. And also myself speaking, also I think that ChatGPT or any AI tool is here only to help us, not replace us, of course. And human touch will always be needed. And just like we have many examples of these sort, also when I think in 1990s we had those programmers which used to write programming lines, in assembly language. We had those machines which could write programming language for us in assembly language. And we also had the dot-com burst, and we had so many things happen. But then still we humans persisted, and we had, of course, the description of the job changes, but you won't, of course, lose your job. You will need the fundamentals. You'll still need to understand a lot of things, as Pusham already mentioned. You will, and Ritu as well. You will need to know what you're doing, because only then will you be capable enough कि कोई और से करवाए. अगर मुझे खुद पता नहीं है कि मुझे क्या करना है, किसी और से क्या करवाऊंगा, चाहे वो इंसान हो या एआई हो. अगर मुझे पता है मेरा एम ये है और मैं इसको इस तरीके से कर सकता हूँ, तभी तो करवा सकता हूँ. So please be assured, AI will never replace you. This was just a fun topic that came to my mind while discussing this. Moving on to our main topics,
And also,
we discussed.
this will
Yeah,
be a endless debate. This will be an endless debate because someone
yes,
will
it will.
say, yeah, AI will replace, AI is God, AI is the new God. So, yeah, they will, this will be a debate only. इसका कोई आंसर
Yep.
नहीं है. कुछ लोगों को लगेगा, बट जो काम कर रहे हैं इसमें, those who are working in LLM, there are those who are working with AI, they only know that, yeah, they cannot replace anybody totally, because जो उनको बताया जा रहा है वही वो कर रहे हैं. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I also saw this meme where we had a beginner on one side who is being pictured as a kid, and the caption says, New tech beginners thinking that AI will replace their jobs and will
Yeah.
replace everything that they have." And another side, we have Rajnikant sitting with spectacles, and in the caption, we have experienced tech people who know AI can't do anything without them. So, just like that, be rest assured, it will not take your jobs. Just focus on your fundamentals, and everything will be all right. Yeah, moving on to our main topic. We discussed a lot of frameworks and fundamentals that we as data scientists or as web developers have to learn or have to keep in our arsenal. कि भाई इतने तो मुझे आना चाहिए. And now I would like to discuss, since as I already mentioned, there are a lot of resources, there are a lot of things to learn, but then you require someone to teach you things. You require someone to tell you, bhai, is particular वक्त पे this is the most standard thing that you have to learn. This is industry relevant. This is what you have to know if you want to crack interviews today, not 10 years back or 15 years back. Today, if you want to crack interviews, you need to be expert in these fields. And luckily, all of us found such a source, which is Alma Better. And I would like you to speak about Alma Better, how they helped you in learning the particular tech stacks that you mentioned. Ritu?
Yeah. So, Alma Better's course is the Moon Stack. It's a full stack web development, and full stack is because it's integrating three parts: front end, back end, and uh, uh, a front end, back end, and database. So yeah, so there are so many web dev technologies there in the market. You cannot master all those technologies. Yeah, you can focus in the beginning. If you are just starting, you can just focus on the simple stack is Moon Stack, and then if you want to switch, you can switch to Mean Stack, and that's how you will learn gradually, because you can't learn everything in single place and in the first time itself. And like how Alma Better helped me learning all these stacks is I enrolled in their course, and like before enrolling, you can just go to their Grow platform where it's the student elements where you can find the syllabus and the chapters like before enrolling. uh, it comes handy, and you can get through key what you will be learning, and is it like, is it fascinating, is it really fascinating you can learn this. So like after going through the topics, you can get this idea key, yes, this is the flow. So after learning this, you will be learning that, and this is how flow goes. So yeah, so uh, with the help of the curriculum. So curriculum is very important. Why I'm keep saying curriculum, it's not just because I want to highlight that particular thing. Yeah, one thing is this, and just understand the importance of the curriculum, because if you are learning a very big stack, I don't want to I don't want to threaten you ki mon stack is very difficult, don't go for it, you can't do that, you can't build website with a mon stack. It's not the case. If you are learning in a correct and in appropriate way and phase, then you will definitely able to learn mon stack at the end. Things will start gradually. After learning front end, you will learn back end, and then you will learn database, and then at the end you will learn how to integrate all these things together and build a full stack website. So Alma Better taught me this only. Like first we covered in the first phase we covered front end, and it comprises of HTML, CSS, and in the CSS designing we learned Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS. And then after completing this, we shifted to JavaScript, and after covering JavaScript in depth, we moved to React.js. So till React.js, our front end was completed, and then we were given a capstone project. So what capstone project is? It's a fancy name given to a real world project. That's it. So you all might have used Zomato. So considering building of Zomato app, all what is required comes in this Mon stack only. You will build a UI with the help of some designing tools, and then you will work on the front end functionalities, the client side things, and then you will build the server side things with the help of backend. So yeah, I won't confuse you guys. First, stick with front end. Like till here, I have completed front end, and now I am given a few topics for projects I can choose. So Alma Better teaches you how to work in a team. For example, in any company, like you will land a job and then you will start working in a team. So teamwork, collaboration, understanding each others, and working remotely and collaborating like this is very important. So while building project in a team of say 3 or 4, you will learn all these skills too. So it's like learning technical skills along with the soft skills, because this is how a combination of a perfect, or not say perfect, but a good employee deals with. And in the projects, there were, I think, 4 projects. One is the cryptocurrency dashboard. So, like all now, cryptocurrency is like it's a revolutionary thing. We all know something about it. Some invest. Profit and loss is the another thing. It's just the crypto trading and buying cryptocurrency and having our portfolios. So it's a very real world, and it's one of the latest thing that I could find in the project. So it's building a cryptocurrency dashboard with the help of the front end tools that we had, and that's how I just like practiced all the things which I studied in the front end from the beginning till the end. So I practiced code. Yeah, there were so many errors I encountered. Each day I think, this project will not be completed. It's going a long way, and like a lot of time is getting wasted in this. But nothing is wasted. Whenever you encounter a code, you will like error in the code, you will debug, you will learn few things, you will go to Stack Overflow, you will see how people have resolved that. So that's how you will learn debugging, learning, and exploring new things, any alternative or any good practice. So this is how you will be learning. So I completed this cryptocurrency dashboard project and I successfully submitted it. I got good grades, of course, because I put in a lot of time and efforts. And yes, if you are putting your efforts and times, then definitely you will get the results, not in terms of the grades, but of course in terms of the good job. Then coming to like in the from web development side, we have now completed front end, and then moving slowly to the database part. So in the database part, you will be learning both MySQL and MongoDB, because sometimes relational database is in practice and sometimes non-relational database is in practice. So they will be teaching you both of the things, because we are not sure what you will be using in your company. So you will learn these things and you will gain some hands-on uh, there are some hands-on sessions also conducted, like apart from the theory and the coding stuff. A hands-on is like a complete session, or it's a hands-on lab where you will practice things which you were taught till then. And then moving to the backend. So backend as well as database integration, there will be a separate project. So project will be like Zomato queries. For example, you all go to Zomato, you search for something, and then you add it in your cart, and then you still search key, is it something better? And then you will replace that. So all these operations you do. So the technical term is the CRUD operations: create, read, update, and delete. So this is how things work in web development. And then you will place your order. So all these things work in the backend. You won't be looking at key, oh, how many people are adding all these things, and you just know about you, right? So client side can interact with the server side, like in this manner. So yeah, so in the backend, after completing backend, you will have 2 3 projects which you can choose from, and that too within a team. You will divide your work, and you will learn things. You will debug your friend's code too. So not like only your part you'll do. So this is the teamwork. And then after all these things, you will be working on a full stack project. Full stack project, let's say everything from scratch, building a Zomato website, yeah, or Zomato app, or any famous website like any e-com like Amazon. Let's take an example of Amazon. So building things in Amazon with the help of cards, you will make products, and then some search functionality will be there on the Amazon, and like functionalities to bookmark your favorite things, functionality to build the cart, and a payment gateway integration with the help of which you place your order, like online order. So all these things are there in web development, and this is how you will learn in phase. And what if I first give you a full stack project? So this is not a phase to learn, na? This is not a right path. So right path is also important, which Alma Better gives me. And with the help of that, everything, like my journey was so smooth that I didn't feel even I am from a non-tech background. Whatever is being taught in the class, I used to go through it on my own. Because when the teacher is telling you, na, you will get to know ki, yeah, everything is going into the brain. And when after 2 3 hours, you will not be able to recognize what they taught. Because yes, we are just starting, we are not the expert ones, na? So, being consistent with your studies and the live classes, of course, your doubt will also be addressed in the doubt class. Let's say a new thing comes in front of you and you're not able to exactly relate to, then you can definitely ask you what is the use case, how this actually works in the real world scenario. So, connecting all the theoretical part to the real world example is very important, because you won't be in your account, like next company, you won't be asked to write what is React.js. You will be asked to implement React.js. Yeah. So real world implementation is very important. Yeah, so that's all.
Great answer, Ritu. Couldn't have agreed more. Purushottam,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry to
Ritu got
say.
almost everything. Almost
Yeah, she
everything.
has covered
Yeah.
everything, and also it was so much lengthy that I just forgot the question. What was the question actually? I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I was no problem. I just
Yeah.
asked, since you have already discussed our tech stacks, how did Alma Better help you in learning these tech stacks, and what was your process?
Okay, yeah. So coming to that, I just already told you that I just know statistics and mathematics from my graduation, and only C++, but not Python.
Purushottam,
And yeah,
I'm really sorry to interrupt you. We have a few questions, guys. Please
okay,
ask your questions in the Q&A session. We will answer these questions throughout the session. Just as Purushottam finishes answering this question, I'll ask your questions. So please put up your questions in the Q&A session and not in the chat. Okay? Cool. Sorry about that, Purushottam. Please go on.
yeah, no problem. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know about the Python language, and also I was just knowing C++, and that's a totally different from Python. So Alma Better helped me in practicing and learning coding in a very hands-on way. It's not a theoretical way like you're just reading any sort of book or any English language. It's not like that. It's a programming language, so you should do some hands-on. So Alma Better helped me in performing hands-on on Python, and also from here only I just learned SQL. So Alma Better helped me in building the foundation, because in data science the foundation is Python and SQL. These two is very foundation, because most of the companies are working on relational databases only right now. So SQL is very mandatory, and apart from that, Python is mandatory in terms of data wrangling, data munching, and all. So these two things that helped me in building confidence, because see, data science is very overwhelming and there are so many things to learn. If you will not concrete your basics, if you will not make your basics strong, then definitely when you will reach to machine learning and deep learning, in between you will drop this data science as a career, because it's very hard to memorize, remember everything in a very first go. There are so many things, so many, literally so many things. But the thing is, when you will go on one by one, for example, just go with the first Python, then SQL, then stats, and then jump to the machine learning and then deep learning. So this is the process that Alma Better helped me to follow, because anybody could have find everything from YouTube, because on YouTube everything is available. That was my problem, because I just started. I thought okay, before taking the कोर्स लेने से पहले मैं थोड़ा खुद से पढ़ने की कोशिश करता हूँ कि सब बोलते हैं यार बहुत कुछ है यूट्यूब पे, जस्ट जाके पढ़ लो. So what was the problem? I just I want to do data science. I want to learn data science, but I don't know what things I should learn and how should I learn, because that's the main part. How you should learn, how you should approach. First part is the coding only. Then you need to go with the stats. Then you need to go with the machine learning and deep learning. So the steps, the process need to be clearly defined. On YouTube, it's like there are so many things. When you will watch one video, you will get another recommendation. You will move to that video, and that will leads to some other meme or some other movie review videos. So that will definitely lead you to the to some other kind of work. So that's, I feel like Alma Better helped me a lot in building the concepts of data science and machine learning.
Great, great. Happy to hear that. Yeah, let's now answer a few questions that our viewers have asked. Shaurya has asked, do companies in general prefer a person who has earlier done graduation from BBA and now has done certification in data science or software development? What I mean is, if I apply for such roles, will I be considered for a round of interview and a job? Basically, what he means is, if he is from a non-tech background and has done some technical course like Alma Better one, will he still be considered for interviews and a job? Both Purushottam and Ritu can answer this.
Yeah.
Ritu?
Well, there are few companies who ask for a technical degree. For example, only BTech with CS are allowed for this job. But this is not the case with all the companies. There are way many companies left who respects people with their knowledge base. So for them, the tech or non-tech degree doesn't matter. So yes, there are many companies you can apply for where degree or graduation is not a limit. And Purushottam,
Purushottam?
would you like to add something?
Yes, yes. So yeah, yes, I do agree with you. So there are a few companies now. Yeah, there are very few. और बहुत कम ऐसी companies बच गई हैं जो सिर्फ कहती हैं कि yeah, we need technical degree to give you a technical job. Earlier in back in 2016, 2014, that era, that 2012 to 2016, uh, at that time, companies prefer computer science graduates for these IT roles, for these tech roles. That's why at that time everybody wants to go and pursue the computer science engineering या computer science चाहिए चाहिए चाहिए, अगर ये नहीं मिला तो IT job नहीं मिलेगी. But nowadays what I'm seeing, anybody can go in this, anybody can get a job in technical roles. Even my friends, I know few of them who have done BA and BBA, are doing job and become as a data scientist, and they are doing great, really great. So it doesn't matter, totally doesn't matter from which background, from either you are from technical background or not. You just need to have the required skill sets, ओके, जो उनको चाहिए, जो एक पर्टिकुलर डेटा साइंटिस्ट या वेब डेवलपमेंट बनने के लिए चाहिए. यू जस्ट नीड टू हैव दो स्किल्स, दैट्स इट, एंड यू आर गुड टू गो.
That's right, guys. So, as Puroshotam and Ritu both said, you don't really, your background doesn't really matter. As a fact, if you really speak the truth, it does matter sometimes, very few times, in very stringent companies, I would say. But
Yes.
now, most of the, even I know people at Google who have no technical background.
No.
Believe me or not, I know people who have no degrees at Google, but still are data scientists, are managing big team ML teams. I know people, but now at this day and age, all that matters is your skills, is your proof of skills. For example, let us take an example. I want to hire a data scientist or a web developer, and I have three guys, two guys, let's say. One, both of these guys have no proof of experience, no proof of work, but one has a technical background, one has a non-technical background. Of course, I'll trust the technical background because both of them have no proof. But if you reverse the situation and you keep two guys, one with the technical background, one with non-tech background, but this guy with a non-tech background has a lot of projects to show where he has explicitly shown me that he knows what he's talking about. He knows data science or he knows web development. Who do you think I would hire? Of course, the guy who has proven that he knows something. Degrees today are all about the buzz कि भाई हाँ मैंने डिग्री ले ली है बस ये कर ली मैंने खत्म. Most of the times in your I would honestly say in my triple major degree where I had physics, maths, and computers, all three combined, I learned only 50% of those things which are actually required in a job. It's the projects that I did made me learn different variety of things that made people hire me. So it's not about your background, it's about the skills you acquire and proof of your skills, basically your projects. So those are what matter, guys. So I will say background doesn't really matter. Moving on to the next question, Tarun says that he's talked about his journey. He basically did BTech in 2022 and joined a company for a .NET job where he was trained, and then now sadly he's terminated. He again wants to join the .NET job, and then after some time he wants to change as a data analyst. So and he asks, is it good to go? Do you guys have an answer to that?
Yeah. Yeah, so I would like to answer on this. So previously, when before coming into data science job role, wanted to become a data scientist. I was working as a software testing. I was doing software testing. I was working as a test engineer in Amdocs. So that was totally a different field from the data science. Although in software testing, the coding is very less, very few coding we do. So I used to love coding and do coding. I used to do programming a lot. So that's why I've just switched from testing to data science. Okay, so during my learning in data science in Alma Better, I got the job in Amdocs from the company placement, because I've told you I have I've just taken the course Alma Better in the last semester of my college. So I just got a campus placement in Amdocs as a test engineer. There I worked for 6 to 7 months, and I find out that yeah, this job is not kind of job that I want to work. Yeah. So yeah, so that after that I just switched my career and switched my job, and Alma Better helped me a lot in this, because when you are not from that background, and if you are want to, because you don't have experience in that data science, but you want to go in data science, so there you should need have some network, so that your profile should get forwarded. and also you should need to show some projects in data science that you have done something, you know about data science, then only they will going to hire you. So yeah, you can consider after .NET you can go for the data analyst for sure, no problem. There are many who have just switched their career from one to different.
Ritu, do you have an answer to that?
Yeah, I totally agree with Purushotam, and there is nothing like I want to add. He has addressed all the areas that can be possible for his answer.
Great. Tarun again asks, can you tell me the different ways to enter data science? As we are, oh, sure. He basically is from a third tier college and does not have a tech background. Can you tell him different ways to enter into data science, Purushottam?
Yeah, so even my college was government college, but it was also a tier 3 only. That college don't have any ranking in the top colleges in India. So still, I managed to get a job as a data scientist. So yeah, you guys can also do that. No worries. These tier 3 colleges. There are few companies who restricted. They're very stringent. Yeah, true. They are very stringent that they will accept only tier 1, tier 2 colleges. But yeah, but still, if you have done some really good work, really good project, you have some really good experience, then tier 3, I don't think that would mind a lot.
I agree to that. It's all your proof of work. If you have good proof of good work, of
Yeah,
course, people will hire you. People respect skills nowadays.
correct, correct.
Yep. Moving on. Yeah. Let's talk more about our journeys. As all of us are alums, we all know how Alma Better works. One particularly interesting thing about Alma Better I found is the peer group that we are put into, where we learn, and also the mentorship sessions. As all of you, as you both know, Alma X is a different process. After we complete our course, we have to go through 2 months of training in Alma X, where we are taught about our skills, relearned skills from industry relevant experts, and we have mock interviews, we have mock sessions, we have training sessions, coding sessions, practice tests. Of course, that was a big part. What particularly interesting thing did you find about these processes? How did you find them? Ritu?
Yeah. So, in the Alma course, you can find various tests. For example, you finishes off with a lesson, you will attempt a test to understand like how much you understand from the lesson and what are the weak areas. With the help of the test, the basic idea or behind it is to know what are the strong areas and what are the weak areas so that you can work upon in a timely manner because you still have a time. It's like a very comprehensive course of 6 to 8 months, and yes, you have that time to improve. And after completing a lesson and a module, you'll be having competency test. The competency test is like a comprehensive test for that module, say front end you have covered. So even then you will like evaluate yourself on various parameters and the question levels key where you fits in, because there's a huge competition nowadays. Everyone knows how web development works, to be very honest, like in some loosely terms, they know, and you have to be very fluent, be very get that expertise in web development, so you have to evaluate yourself. And let's say after attempting two three times you are unable to get a question, and then you can book yourself a mentorship session. There a mentor will come, he will address your doubts, and he will explain you what where you are stuck and what are the things you are missing, so that you are very clear with that, and then you can move ahead, because you don't have to leave things in between. Whatever you are thinking, you are not getting this point, you are unable to do this, then get your doubts clarified so that you can move ahead. And you should not leave things in between. If you are not getting, leave this and move to another thing. This is how you won't be able to get everything. So mentorship session is
Right.
something which I like the most. to be very honest. For
Mhm.
example, if I'm when I work on lead code, yes, there is a way to filter easy, medium, and hard questions, but sometimes very hard or difficulty levels come in easy questions also. I don't know why
I
they have
agree.
done this thing. And like after practicing a lot, I'm unable to solve that easy level question. Then I booked a mentorship session and I went there and I explained ki this is all I started, this is all I know, and but still I'm unable to solve those easy level questions. Then there was some mistakes. There are some mistakes that we do, but we didn't realize because we starts to panic. It's not happening, it's not working. Why this is so? We have invested a lot of time. It should work, but it should work, but it's not working. So you have to find the way to get it work, not to start panicking. This is one thing. And second thing is for example, you feel after completing your course, you will be given some time so that you can revise all the things and you will appear for a placement preparedness test. So it's like it's very near to the Almex journey. I won't go into it, but it's like you will give a complete test covering all the things which you have learned till now, because there will be lesson wise test, module level test, and the final is the complete test. So you will revise all those things, you will practice all those things, and you feel you are job ready now. So you can apply for mock interviews. They will be
Yep.
conducted by industry experts, and they know what is respected in the industries, what are the requirements of the industries. So it actually boosts your confidence. What if you're able to answer like around 8 of 10 questions? Then you are definitely be confident that you will crack an interview. When it's abhi to it's a mock interview, but when it comes to the real interview, then also you will be able to crack it very easily because your concepts are clear, your skill set is up to the mark, your knowledge base is like really good, which will be respected, which is definitely respected. And second is this mock interviews, which I like the most. And of course, as I mentioned previously, in the live sessions too, you can ask your doubts because, but the one thing I would like to mention, for example, let's say a batch, a class of 2.5 hours class, and there are like some 10 to one, not 10, 100 to 150 students. What if they start asking doubts? Then the session will not be conducted. So just not to hamper the session continuity, few of your doubts may get unaddressed, but this is like you should not be demotivated कि your doubt was not addressed. You can definitely book yourself a mentorship session, get your doubts clarified, and be very confident with whatever you have learned. And industry
Great.
experts are kind enough, they will share with you their LinkedIn or something where you can get to know more about it, like how they started. For example, there are few Microsoft professionals, they are working as SD2 3 at Microsoft. So as we know, FANG companies are really very fascinating. Everyone wants to go there, everyone wants to go and work at Google, Microsoft, but we all can't go there, na? But we can learn ki how people, what path people followed. So this is very inspiring ki if someone has started from a very unnamed company and they finally reached to Microsoft, so how they covered their journey, what all things they learned, and what is their flow and the process. So you can get all those things, and when, trust me, when industry expert teaches you, you you can stay assured in terms of the topics and the industry relevant skills that you should learn. You will definitely be learning all those things because they are themselves from that field or area where in the real world, in the real term scenarios, they are dealing with all those technological things. For example, when AWS was not in the picture, like it was not very famous that time, companies were using local storage for their websites, but now they are moving to cloud storage. So in AWS is also a very vast service. There are so many services covered, starting from like relevance from web development to the AI field, automation and all. Everything is covered. But AI, like industry expert, can teach you, can tell you what is required for a web developer. like what services of AWS require. For example, S3 bucket will be required, code pipeline and code commit will be helpful for the code automation. So you need not go into the depth of AWS. So this is like with the help of an example, I want to make you understand ki what is the impact when you are being taught from the industry experts. And Alma Better can give you that.
Great answer. I always feel that I'm not sure why I feel this, but I feel Ritu is answering like to the point, or that she's answering
Yes.
everything,
Yeah.
and is leaving nothing for me and Puroshotam to add.
Correct.
Anyways, Puroshotam, do you
True.
have anything to add?
Yeah, I will try to do Control C, Control V. So, yeah, so the same thing, yes. But I also do agree because during my mentorship session, mentors guided me with my resume and how to prepare for interview and what should I mention whenever they are asking for any projects to explain. So just a interview. So that was a mock interview given by the Alma Mater, and that is basically a replication of the real interview. Trust me, this the same kind of process has been followed by the real interview as well. So that helped me to prepare my answers, and because I was just got familiar with the interview process, because there were so many mock interviews during the Almex process. And whenever I feel like okay, I just made some mistakes in resume, or let's say my resume is not shortlisting, or there is something like I was facing in learning data science concept. So I just reach out to the mentors by using the mentorship sessions, and yeah, that helped me to gain confidence for before appearing for the real interview. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
I would like to
Uh,
add one more thing, which is like one of the best thing I found about Alma Mater. It's like when once you enrolled in their course, so at that time, on your portal, like on your Grow platform, it's the Grow platform which is your LMS. So you can find so many beneficial things apart from your course curriculum. The first thing is the jobs. Like there's a job section where you can find if there is any job opening both for data science and software engineering. And second is you can find some coding questions, practice and quiz questions, and assignment questions for like what like they are being asked in the interviews. So it's just like we have collected the feedback from the students and they have get back to us, and we have compiled all the data of the questions. So we have given it on the website so that one can come and practice and just have a look at those questions. Not really after practicing you can go through them, you can just look at them ki, yeah, this is all what is being asked in the interview questions, be it Microsoft or any other company, Polygon and all. There are so many companies. It's just like some 500 plus companies questions data is you can find on their website, and you can start practicing it and just having a look. Yes, this is what you need to prepare in your learning journey. Yeah, so
Great.
this is how I like that.
Great. We have a lot of questions. Let's ask them. Abhishek Jain asks, is this course about pay after placement? Yes, of course it is. You only pay when you're placed, Abhishek. Moving on to the next question. We have some questions from YouTube and LinkedIn. First question is, as a fresher, is it possible to land a job as a data scientist? Pushottam?
Yes, true. Definitely, you can land a job as a data scientist or a data analyst if you are a fresher. Yeah, everyone is a fresher sometimes. So if I have a experience in testing, so my first job was a software test engineer, but still I was considered as a fresher for the data science, right? Because I don't have any experience in that. So everyone is a fresher once a time. So yeah, you can expect you can get a job as a data scientist.
Yep. I think that answers the question. Next question we have is, can a CSC student apply for a data science course in college? If your college does have a course, of course, If you're asking if you already are a CSE student and you would like to apply for Alma Vita's course, yeah, of course you can. That is what I did. Pushottam, would you like to answer that? Ritu,
Yes,
if you?
yeah, sure. If you're a CSE student, yeah, then there's a what kind of problem in going for data science course?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's fairly relevant and fairly easier when you're already a student. But you have, of course, you have to separate out time to study, but it's way easier. It's way more advantageous to do it when you're still a student.
Yeah.
Next question is, there is a recent trend that I could see in job descriptions requiring. I think the question is not complete. Okay, I'll move on to the next question. Okay, I'm pursuing my graduation in BBA in computer application, but he's confused how to do it in future. Which course does he need to attend, and what is better for him? Neelam Parkhi asks.
Okay,
I
I
think
would
I would
like
like
to
to answer
answer
this
this
question.
question.
Sure, Ritu, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Go on.
So, one thing is ki you don't trust us. You just explore yourself. You just go to few websites of web development, the official documentation of React, let's say. You just visit that website, see the code, try to get it done by yourself, and just look at it ki what the course is doing, what the stack is doing, and then comes to the data science. Data science may you just start analyzing. Open Excel, draw a few graphs and analyze it, and you will be get to know ki what you are enjoying on your own. Like, don't trust anyone ki this is good for you, this is good for you. The only good for you, which is like which is actually good, can be determined by you, not others, and not really the trend. Because in trend, you will get so many jobs for software engineering as well as data scientists. You can go to any job searching platforms like say Naukri.com or Glassdoor. There you will find so many jobs with perfect data. Let's say in thousands you will get the job. So from jobs perspective, be assured you will get the job. But I have seen so many people, they're just following that road. Ki yes, people are becoming data scientists, so let's go and become data scientists. I am not saying you should not become data scientists, but you should not become data scientists only because others are doing that. Only there are so many jobs. You have to do it because you are interested and you want to do that.
Great. I think that answers the question. Next up, we have Akshay, who tells that he has a electrical engineering background and he completed his BTech in 2018, and he has done courses on C, C++, Java, MySQL, and NetBeans. And he is fairly informed and he understands code and logic, and he wants to switch his field, and he asks whether he should go for this. Ritu, I think it's a similar question to the last one.
Yeah, you can definitely go for it because you know C++, plus plus, so you might definitely be knowing the OOPS concept, and you know MySQL, then you know database, and yes, you can go with software engineering. So in the software engineering master's specialization, like mastering software engineering, you will get to know how a product works. Be it any company, every company has its own product. So how that product is being built, like from the scratch, getting ideas, collecting that, analyzing it, just working upon or its success before it's being built, and then building that, making it a success. So all these things you will be knowing in software engineering. So yeah, if you have done all these things in you, then you can go with software engineering.
Great. Next up, we have Neelam Pakhi again, who asks, which is better for me, data science or software development? I think Neelam, Ritu has already answered this for you. As she told, you'll have to play around with things and you have to figure out for yourself which is better. I mean, of course, Ritu would have a perception or Ritu would have a suggestion that web development is better because she's into that field. Puroshotam and I would have a preconceived notion that data science is better because that is what we like. And similarly, you have to explore and you have to find out what you like. Are you a person who likes to take data driven decisions? Are you a person who likes to write code, build things from scratch? Are you a person who likes to, who shows creativity in things, who wants to have that, some sort of achievement whereby this website is developed by me? I like to spend time debugging code. You have to figure out things by yourself. These are questions that not me, not Purushotam, not Ritu, not anyone can answer for you but yourself. So these are questions that you'll have to find out by time and experience. Put some time into it. I'm sure you'll find the answer to it. Next up, we have Pankaj, who asks, who says that he is pursuing BSc in Math and Statistics, and also he's doing the Alma Data Science course. Is it necessary to learn Python for data analyst role? Purushottam?
Yeah, what I feel like, yeah, you you're pursuing BSc in maths, so your maths will definitely be a good part, good point. But yeah, for data analyst, it's not necessary to learn Python, because you can, some of the companies work on Excel and SQL, using SQL only. But what I feel like, if you want to be like consider if you want to be in the race, or you want to be considered for the data scientist role, or if you want to become a data analyst for a very nice company, very big company, then yeah, Python will be required. And what I feel like, if you are learning new things, if you are adding skills to your resume, your mm, skill sets, then I think there is no problem in that. So just give some time. I know you don't like, I feel like, I'm not judging this, but yeah, I feel like you don't like Python, and you want to be a data analyst without using Python. So yeah, you can do that, but what I feel like, it's good for you only, if you want to go in a very nice big company, because they require Python as a programming language for the basic. Yeah.
Okay, next question we have is from Shaurya, who says, can I acquire good skills in data science or SD along with the job and won't face any biasness when it comes to the placement? I can study before and after the job, as I do study different things right now also. 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. is the basic timing. Okay. Shaurya has this question where she is already preoccupied with the job and she also learns. I'm not sure if it's a he or she. I'm really sorry about that, Shaurya. But yeah, basically the question is that he or she has a job to take care of, and he or she is already learning few different things, and he's wondering if at all it'll be a problem where will she be able to dedicate enough time or not. Purushottam, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, yeah, you need to manage some time after the job, and on weekends you can go through the lectures, and you can practice programming. You can practice some coding questions. Okay, so that you will be in touch with the course, because after doing job, coming from the job, it's very hard to learn new things, and it's very hard to uh, maintain our brain to be active. So yeah, you can go with that. Just try to get some time after the job, or else you can go with the weekend time. Weekend you have full time, so just go with that. Yeah.
Right, great answer. Of course, Shaurya, so it depends on your dedication and hard work and your consistency. On you decide a timing and then you stick to it and then you plan accordingly. Of course, it'll help you. And I don't think so. It'll have a biasness in place. Of course, it will have a biasness, but a positive biasness, I think, because you already have experience. So you will be
Yeah.
preferred more by any company that wants to hire a data scientist or a web developer. Hmm. Yep. Next question we have is again from Tarun. Tarun asks, this question is directed towards you, Ritu. Can you tell me how will .NET web development be in the coming few years? Is it like growing in pay scale and competition? Is it not a problem to be in .NET without having any doubt to transit from .NET to data science?
Oh, I think .NET is also very popular. Like if you are not sure about it, you can just go and find some jobs. Jobs in the sense I want you to know the statistics, ki how many requirements are there in the market for your particular technology. And .NET, I have also seen ki it's a popular one. So you should not be in that doubt ki you want to shift from .NET to data science. It's perfectly safe and you will get a lot of opportunities to join.
Great. Agree to that.
Yeah, also I would
I
like to
think that
one
answers your
point
question.
that yeah, I
Yep.
also would like to add one point that Microsoft .NET is Microsoft's own language, on own language you can say framework. So if you are familiar with .NET and some extra other skills like DSA and all, then definitely you could land a job in Microsoft as well, because they are still working on .NET. The .NET is still active in Microsoft, so you could become as a developer in Microsoft .NET developer. So yeah, could go with that.
Great. Next question we have again from Shaurya, who asks, should I learn DSA before going into SDE? Ritu?
Well, this is not a requirement ki you should learn DSA. That you will be told while you are learning a language like DSA with JavaScript, or if you know any other language, you can practice DSA for your own interest. But it's not necessary that you have to do DSA before starting SDE. It's up
But
to
it
you.
surely helps, right?
Yeah, it surely helps.
It would be a basic advantage for you because most of the people, DSA is quite difficult. As a CS student, I would say DSA is quite difficult, but and the same reason why most of the people prefer not to learn them. But it really helps or really impresses the interviewer if you have already acquired knowledge about DSA. So Shaurya, I would say if you're capable of doing it, please do so. I noticed that we have a lot of questions about the Alma course, which will be answered by our BD team in a while. So I'm just going to skip those questions. Next up, we have Rasika Patil and Akshay Kumar. I think the questions are of same nature, so I'll just club them both and ask the question. Rasika tells that she has electrical engineering where she did a BE in 2019, but has no knowledge about any language. Can she do data science or the data science course? And Akshay asks if he's planning to take the full stack development course, and he loves to code and he takes errors as challenges, of course debugging. And please suggest which course I have to take for web development or data science. Ritu, you can go first.
Yeah, so I think Akshay, you answered your question yourselves. You mentioned you learn coding, you learn taking challenges, errors, and debugging and all. Then you can definitely go with software engineering. You will you will enjoy it a lot because you have that prior interest in it, and that is very important to learn anything new or anything you want to be proficient in it. Majboori
Right.
say you can't learn anything. By your own interest only, you can be proficient in that.
Well put. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so I
Akshay,
would like to add one point. Yeah, just go and then go ahead.
I was just mentioning ki Akshay, as Ritu suggested, you'll have a lot of challenges. If you love challenges, by SD is the field to go. So you can take it up. No worries.
Yeah,
Purushotam?
so yeah, I would like to add here. Yeah, you love coding and you love to take challenges. So if you love to do coding, then I would suggest to go for the web development. Why? Because it's not like in data science we don't have coding, we are not doing coding, but the extent of coding is not that much. In data science, we are primarily focusing on developing the business side. So we are developing a strategy. We are thinking about the strategy, which strategy could lead us to the to solving a business problem. Let's say a business is any company would have started the food chain, or let's say a grocery store. Now they want to find out which kind of customer they should focus on, which kind of products is most sellable or most popular. So these type of things require logical and critical thinking instead of coding. So before jumping to the coding, first you need to think in the perspective of business. So how you can solve that business problem. So that's why in data science you would not encounter that much coding, very few basic coding, very few. But most of the time you need to think. You need to like do critical thinking and strategical thinking. You need to develop a strategy. So for that, my recommendation would be web development. Apart, that's your choice. But still, yeah, if you love coding, if you want to indulge in more coding, then yeah, web development is the right path for you.
Great. Also, you could, if you want suggestions on courses, you can really attend our session till the end and look at our course, Alma Better's course, and our features that we provide. And if you're really interested, you can go into it. That would be, I, as an Alma Better alum, would of course suggest our course because it helps us in various ways. And I think we have, okay, Tarun asks about pay scale in terms of data science or .NET. Tarun, this question is has different answers from different people. For your own research, you could visit websites like Glassdoor, which show you the current pay scale and the range where for beginners it's so and so, for intermediate people it's so and so. You could visit such websites and take more info on that. And also, I would like to leave you guys with one more recommendation. Key to practice. I'm not sure about web development. I think Ritu can answer that for you. But for data science, I think using websites as such as Kaggle and Google Patent to really learn about recent ML or DS research papers and new technologies. These would be really helpful to you. Do explore them and do look out our course. Ritu, if you have any point on that?
Actually, in data science, you guys really focus on the case studies because, as Purushottam mentioned, you focus on building a business strategy. But when it comes to web development, you have to be just keep yourself updated with the latest technologies, how they're making use, and how they can be beneficial for your company. And yes, from DSA point of view, you can practice codes on so many websites like LeetCode, HackerRank, HackerOt, and you can take part in the coding challenges. And yeah, you can also contribute in open source projects which you can find easily on GitHub. You can find for open source projects, read the issues, and if you feel you can solve them, then yeah, it would be a good impact on your resume. Even if you don't want to join any course, because I'm not discouraging you, but it's your choice ki if you don't have that time to join a full-fledged course and learn things, then you can also do it on your own and practice things with the help of the open source projects. That will really help you.
Great. I think we have covered almost all questions. The rest of the questions that people have around regarding the course, these questions will be answered by our BD team. And I think we have covered most of the topics that we intended to cover. Narendra or Krishna, would you like to take over? And we can end the session right now. Also, guys, to all of our viewers, if you guys have any further questions, you can reach out to us on Instagram. Sorry, on LinkedIn. I'm really sorry about that. Instagram always comes to my mind. Anyways, you can reach out to us on LinkedIn. I'm sure both Ritu, Purushottam, and also me would be available for you guys to answer your questions regarding our course or anything in general. Do text us if you want to get your doubts cleared. And Manjul?
Yeah, thank you, Sayed. Thank you, Purushottam, and thank you, Ritu. For your time out here. Right. So from the BD team, I will be taking this ahead and giving our learners a kind of view how Alma Better actually help you getting the transition that you're looking forward to. right? So I will be taking this ahead from here. Thank you so much, Purushottam. Thank you so much, Ritu. Thank you so much, Sayed. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
a lot,
Yeah, thank you
guys.
so
Thanks
much.
a lot, Ritu and Purushotam. You were great guests, and thank you to all our viewers for listening. And please stay tuned to listen more about our course. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you,
thank you
everyone.
so
Bye.
much. Bye.
All right. So a lot's being discussed, about how Alma Better is actually helping students getting the transition right. So first of all, it's important for us to understand that actually, what Alma Better is, right? So Alma Better is a platform where we believe in studying in groups, we believe in doing projects in team, and then we get ourselves ready for the jobs, right? Because what I believe is that when you study in group, you always have a different kind of perspective towards a particular problem, right? Maybe a particular problem has one kind of solution, but if someone else is also solving that problem with you, he might have one other perspective towards it. So when you're sitting in an interview, you will have multiple solutions, or maybe more simple solution towards a particular problem that you are solving. So here at Alma Better, we are someone who always believe in output centric education, right? So initially what we do is that we do train you for first 6 months, right? And then we go into the placement part where we do ensure that you're getting the transition that you're looking forward for, right? And as already being discussed by Purushottam as well as by Ritu, that if you're following things in the right way, obviously there is a huge opportunity waiting for all of you when it comes to the data field or even in the web development field, right? Now the question arises that why Alma Better, right? So before I go and talk about all these pointers that are being mentioned, I believe that if you're studying something, there are two things that becomes very much important if you're looking forward for any kind of transition. One is obviously a good mentorship, because you might end up learning a lot of things, but if you are not mentored well, I believe sometimes by the time you're applying for jobs, or maybe by the time you're looking forward to get a switch or a transition, it affects you. And second, you should always have a platform where you have this belief that okay, whatever I'm learning is currently relevant to the industry and everything is being covered, right? And that is why when someone asks me that why one should choose Alma Better, I always come up with this particular answer, that because we cover all those topics that are currently industry relevant, right? Because with the internet era that is booming every passing day, and even with the inclusion of chat gpt and multiple other AI tools, there are a lot of stuffs that are available over internet to study. The important point is that what are the things that you need to study and what are the things that you need to skip, because you just can't learn everything, right? Now second question that comes from majority of the learners is that, sir, because I don't have a programming background, will I be able to do any of these courses? Well, I say yes, you will be. That is why we teach everything to you from basic to advanced level. That is why here at Alma Better we don't take any kind of registration test, right? Because we believe that if you're here with the motto of learning something, we do ensure that we nurture you in this way, that by the time you're ending your 6 months of program with us, you're ending your journey with us, you're pretty much have a good command over all the topics from basic level till the advanced level, both in terms of data science as well as in terms of web development, right? Second, obviously live classes and live interactions give you lot more clarification about particular topics, and also give you an exposure about how actually the industry is working, right? Uh, in this particular session only, while Syed was discussing a lot of questions with Ritu and Purushottam, they were able to answer things which were pretty much industry specific. They were telling you about the challenges that actually they faced and how they got solution for that, right? So when you're learning via live session, you directly get in touch with the instructor, that is obviously from the data background only, right? And it gives you that kind of exposure ki actually if you're learning any particular topic, how you will be able to use it in any of the organizations. Even if you miss out any of the live classes, we do have the recorded versions as well, right? And recorded classes also helps you in revising a lot of concepts. Sometimes I have seen that whenever you watch certain live lectures, maybe after a week or a 15 days, if you're not revising it, majority of the things, they do get vanished from your mind. But if you're watching the recorded lectures, if you're revising it, obviously it will be of a great use to you when you will be sitting in any of the placements, because you will not be confused with the set of questions that's being asked. Again, if you are learning something via live classes and recorded classes, it becomes important for you to practice all those topics, all those concepts, all those fundamental things. And for that, we have like 1,000+ coding problem assessments, assignments, and after every live class you also have quizzes as well, right? And now once you have done the practice part, already learning part is being done, when then we get into the capstone projects part, right? Because whatever you have learned, you need to understand that where you can apply all those learnings and all those understandings. So for that, we have like 20+ capstone projects from which you can choose your projects and can start working on that, on them. Live doubt resolution session, one of the most important aspect that I believe needs to be there, because let us assume that you are learning anything, and at that point of time, if you feel like, okay, there is something that is creating certain doubt in my mind, you can directly go to a live doubt resolution dashboard that is active in between Monday to Saturday, right? The timings are 10:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. You can directly reach out to our subject matter experts, and they will help you solving the problems in real time, which in itself is a huge thing when it comes to learning. And again, I told you initially that mentorship session is pretty much important if you're looking forward for a transition, right? So you can get a mentorship session from our mentors who are already working in this industry and having an experience of more than 5 years. So they give you that idea that how things work, and also gives you a guidance, because there are multiple job roles that are waiting for you in the field of data science as well as in field of web development, right? So which job role suits you the best can only be answered from those who have already worked there, right? And after that, the learning phase comes to an end, obviously the 6 months of learning phase. Then we start with the placement part, where you have like 50+ mock interviews. We assign you a dedicated career coach, right, who keeps on preparing you for multiple round of interviews. He helps building your resume, he helps building your LinkedIn profile, and he also helps you clearing all those rounds of interviews that you are being aligned to. And with 500+ hiring partners with us here at Alma Better, we do ensure that you are getting 100% job assurance from our end, right? So there are the few reasons, because I believe you should always choose your platform more carefully. And that is why whenever someone asks me that why I should go ahead with Alma Better, these are my 5-6 pointers of answers that I give them, so that they get a clarification that okay, this is a place where they can actually invest their time. Okay, what are the learning activities that are happening? We do have live lectures, we do have lab experiments, we do have projects, assignments, we do have group discussions, which is very important. Then we have business communication classes. Majority of you have this fear when it comes to the English language, right? So just to ensure that you are getting a command over that, we do have business communication classes as well. Then we have one-on-one mentorship sessions. Then we have guest lectures. Obviously, like today we had a master class. Every weekend on Saturdays we do have master classes. So like master classes only, there are majority of times when someone already working in this field comes up and adds certain more topics or maybe more terminologies to the topic that you have already learned. So we do have a lot of guest lectures as well. Community participation, today only we saw Syed, Ritu and Puroshotam. They are already our alums. So you also get in touch with them, and you just never know, peer-to-peer network also plays a very vital role when you're searching job in this particular market. Obviously we do have people who are industry leadership principles, like, right? And then we do have capstone projects for your practice. Then we have a lot of competency challenges, and then we have AB-CAT test. Obviously if you're learning something, it's important for you to keep on giving tests and exams, so that you also get to know that okay, these are my weak areas, these are my strong areas, and I have to work on each of them to get the right kind of opportunity in the market. the 700 plus hiring partners that we have, and we have companies who are product based companies, who are service based companies, who are startups, and with data which is growing with every passing day. It has command in all the sectors, whether it is e-commerce, whether it is edtech, whether it is pharmaceutical, whether it is consultancy, and whether it is IT services, it is banking, finance. So you can find out that each and every field has an opportunity, either for a data scientist or for a web development, for a web developer, right? And that is how we have also targeted our companies. You will get companies from all the field, all the sectors that are there in the industry. Now this is something which is very interesting, and it will definitely motivate you to do better every day. I always have this understanding, and I always do say this to my learners as well, that if you're following your daily routine in the right way, if you're watching all your lectures properly, if you're submitting your projects on time, if you're giving your tests, you're practicing well, obviously you will come to a conclusion where you will have a job in your hand, right? So the salary package, I'm talking about the freshers, right? In this particular graph, there are 19% of the learners, right, who do get a salary package that is ranging in between 5 lakhs per annum to 7 lakhs per annum, which I believe is a very good amount if you're a fresher and you're getting a start in this particular field. Also, we have like 29%, or you can say 30% of the students that have a salary that is ranging in between 7 to 8 lakhs per annum. Now, what is even more motivating is that 37% of the population, that means out of every 3 students, there is a student who is earning a package of 8 to 9 lakhs per annum after completing his learning from our end. 8 to 9 lakh per annum is also a very, very, very good amount, right? Now, even more motivating is the fact that there are like 15% of the students who end up earning more than 9 lakhs per annum, and even 3% of them do cross the package of 10 lakhs per annum. That means approximately 1 lakh a month. Look, if you are looking forward either for starting a career here, or if you're looking forward for transition as well, 1 lakh per month is a very good amount to get in the initial basis, right? So if you're working hard, if you're following the guidance, right, from our instructors, from the mentors that we have, and the team that is trying to give you the transition, I think this amount of 9 to 10 lakhs per annum, or maybe above that, is pretty much possible, and it is clearly visible in this particular graph. Some of the success stories, I will not discuss a lot of them, because already we saw 3 of the alums today. They had a good discussion around how things changed from them. But still, we do have a lot of students even on our portal as well as on our LinkedIn page, where we do ensure that every passing day some of the students are getting placed from one domain to another domain, right? Multiple of them, they were from non-tech background. They had the graduation which was not technical, but still they got themselves placed. Some of them have their graduation, or you can say the background in the technical field. They worked in some non-tech field, and then they got into this tech field. So there are multiple profiles who ended up getting themselves transitioned in this particular domain of data science or web development. Now, as I already talked about, the instructors and the mentors, all of them are highly experienced and are from, top-notch companies, right? Sayande is from Walmart, again, a very huge company. Rachit Jan, he's from BCG, again, a great consultancy group. They rank themselves in the top 3. Then we have Ekta Maheshwari from Accenture. Then we have Ravi Ranjan from Publicis Sapient. So we do have people, who are from top tech companies. So if you're learning from them, they give you an idea about how actually all the tools or the languages that you're learning is being used in their particular organization. So again, you learn a lot from them, and you also get a good exposure from all these instructors as well as the mentors that we have in our team here at Alma Better. Okay, so just let me quickly go through the student dashboard that we have here at Alma Better. So how it looks like once you register yourselves. So this is how it basically looks like. The home page of a paid program of certification in data science and AI, right? So you can go to the learn section directly, and when you click on the continue learning, you find out a lot of tracks, right? So first of all, we start with Python when it comes to data science. Then there are multiple topics under this. There are multiple subtopics in it, and obviously you will have a lot of practice questions as well waiting for you, right? And then obviously you will have a capstone project that you need to do, right? You can select any of the project, you can start it there only, and you will get a project description from there. You will get the data that is required. You will get a sample presentation video also, that you know how you can do this particular uh, project. And then again, these are some of the things that you will require, you know, before you move ahead and submit your project. So obviously there are projects that you can choose, and you can finish it up. Again, we start with Python, then we have more, you know, deep diving into Python part, then we have Excel, then we have SQL, then we have, you know, Power BI, Tableau is there part of it. Then we get into the mathematics part, then we learn a bit about machine learning, and finally we have the career guidance you know, module, that is of one complete month, that is 4 weeks. All right, so this is how you can actually go through and check your progress as well, how much, you know, progress you have made in the entire program. All right, and you can also know about the topics and the subtopics that are there that you need to finish, right? Classroom, obviously majority of the student have this question, that how will we be attending the classroom? So obviously uh, there is this column where you can go and check your classrooms, all the upcoming classes that are there. So we have an upcoming class for this module, that is on you know, 16th of December. So today we have a class, and if you want to see all the classes that are completed, obviously you will have the completed section where you can watch all the you know, classrooms. If you click on the recording part, you will also get the recorded version of the live class that has happened the other day, right? So you can also, you know, revise all those topics that's being done in that particular, you know, class. Obviously if there are any notes that are being provided in the classroom, that are also being provided to you in the view handouts segment, so you can also have your own notes. You can even take the printout of them, and you can have the hard copies as well. Coming to the practice part, well, we do have coding problems, coding assessments, quiz assessments, and this has already been discussed, right? That you will have a lot to practice, right? This is a set of questions from the company Cognizant, if you can just see here. That how they take a data analyst mock test. So they have like 30 minutes, 30 questions. You start the quiz and practice yourself. Then we have questions that are being asked in the Facebook interviews, that we call it meta. Then we have Microsoft data analyst mock test. Then we have Cisco, Capgemini, Accenture. So you also have, you know, tests or practice set of questions that are already being asked from some of the companies, right? So when you go through all these tests, you also get an idea that about what kind of questions could be asked in these, you know, in these companies, right? So this is again something which helps our learner get themselves prepared for all these, you know, top tech companies. You can see here Airtel, Airbnb, Uber, Amazon, Swipe, HSBC, India Mart, a lot many companies questions to practice from. Okay, now coming to the projects part, we do have project you know, module wise, and out of 20 projects, it's important for all of you to at least complete 4 projects, right? And we do have projects from Netflix, Zomato, Yes Bank, then we have it from Google Play, the World Bank. The best part is that whenever you complete any of these certifications, you also do get this thing over your certificate, that you have completed a project from, you know, Play Store app review data analysis using the database of Google Play, right? So a lot of things, you know, you can understand and get an exposure of after, you know, doing all these projects. Then after the 6 months of learning, we start with the career part, that is the Alma X career track, right? You have to complete all the foundation track. You have to give an AB CAT test where you have to achieve minimum of you know, 60%. And once you achieve it, obviously you do qualify for the Alma X career track or the placement services that we have out here at Alma Beta. Now coming to the mentorship part, you can also book, you know, any of the mentors out there. Basically in the weekend time, you can choose your date and preference, you know, at what time you want it. And then again, you have to select at least 3 slots, and then you can just book at that particular time. Once the mentor is available, we will be more than happy to, you know, guide you through the process, and you can have a good one-on-one conversation with the mentor as well. So you can book the mentorship sessions from here. Now this is something which is very exciting, right? The job roles that are available in the market, let us assume that you're looking forward for a job role in the field of data science, right? And you're looking forward for a permanent job role, right? And you have a work experience that is ranging in between 0 to 2 years. You're a complete fresher. So look, IBM is currently hiring, Navi is currently hiring, BDO is currently hiring. There is Bharatex that is currently hiring for people. There is Amazon who is currently hiring for people. There is Pfizer that is currently, hiring for people. So you can go through all these companies vacancies, and can check that what are the requirements, right? So Gray Orange is currently hiring. Then we have Chromus Biotech. So you can see the multiple companies are currently hiring. For you, it's important that you should go and read out what are the criterias on which they are currently hiring, and you will get a set of company in which you can go and give your interview. So again, this job dashboard portal, it gets updated every day. If you're looking forward for web development jobs, then check, we have like multiple number of companies that have their openings out here. You can go and check the job description. You can even directly apply from here depending upon the number of work of experience that you have. Okay, and then this is our community platform, right, where you will find out our alumni, you will find me out there, you will find your instructors, mentors, team from learning, placement. So it's like a mini LinkedIn for all of us, right, where you get to know about who has joined us recently, who got a certification, who got placed recently. So there are like multiple things that are going on. There are multiple groups also where you can join and get yourself updated with all those things that are going on. So community also plays a very vital role in the success of any of the employees, as well as for the learners as well, right? So and then there was one more thing that I completely missed, that if you're looking forward for any kind of a help, right, we do have report problem, we do have live support, and then we have AI chat as well. Now this is something very interesting, the AI chat portal. It's just like chat GPT. If you give any of the questions here, it will come up with one of the answers. I'm just showing you how it works basically, and this stays with you for 24/7, right? So if you have a problem in any of the questions, you can directly type it here and get the solution. Like right, maybe right now I want to write a program, write a Python code to multiply two numbers. Let me see what it answers us, and this is the answer that we give. So if you have any of the question, you can directly go there, type it in, and you will get the solution as well. Okay, so this is how basically the support system works here at Alma Beta. And then again, the final thing is refer and earn. So if you have your friends who wants to join this particular course, you can refer them to our master's program where you get 15,000 rupees cash, that goes directly into your account, that is in the wallet balance that you can encash as well. And your friend will get 15,000 rupees off on the master's program if they're enrolling. If you're looking forward for the iconic program, that is for the IIT Guwahati program that we have, you will get 3,000 rupees cash, and your friend will get 3,000 rupees discount on the enrollment. You can use this referral code for the same. And if you're looking forward for premium program, then you will have 1,500 cash and 1,500 discount over the enrollment. You can also collect all these values out here and can buy some of the stuffs that are available on our website, right? So you can go for iPad or MacBook Pro, and you can buy it from here directly. So this is a few of the learners who have referred people, and they have ended up earning like more than 2 lakh rupees as well. You can also start referring your friends, your relatives, or anyone whom you feel this program could be useful to, right? So this was a quick walkthrough of the dashboard. And do we have any questions for us in the Q&A part? Okay, Mudit. So you're planning for a data science program now, and show me all about information, a feature in this course. I've already shown you the dashboard walkthrough, Mudit. So I believe that would be more than enough to answer the question that you have basically asked here. I think Tarun question has been still unanswered. That final question from me, sir, about pay scale in terms of experience, .NET or data science. Tarun, I think both of them will have the very same kind of pay scale when it comes to a fresher part. But in terms of experience, I still believe that data science will have a more value to it. Akshay has a question about he wants to do a full stack development program, and he wants to do it either in a master's or a certification. Well, you can get in touch with one of the counselors that we have out here, Akshay, and get your questions answered, because obviously I need to know about your background, your graduation, your current work experience, and on that I can guide you towards the master's program or the certification program that you're looking forward to. Yes, you can, Rasika. If you have the correct mindset, and if you're able to, give your time to this particular program, I don't think so that this gap year of couple of years matters a lot. Okay, so yeah, you will get it, Jay, over your mail if you want it. You can just ping us, and we will be providing you with the same. All right, I think majority of the questions are being answered here. I already shared the screen, Abhishek, and told you that how you can, know about the classroom part. You can directly go to the classroom dashboard section and can check your upcoming classes. I showed you that today we have an upcoming classes, the batch in which I am enrolled. So you can check your classroom from there only. No worries, Chaya. You can start upskilling yourself. And once you complete your graduation part, you can even do that PhD thing in data science. All right, I think I have answered majority of the questions. Narendra, if you have anything to say before we wrap this up.
Guys, I would like to tell you one thing. You can attend all our events from our website. You can register there, and every week we conduct these type of events. That's it from my side, Manjul. We can wrap this thing.
Thank you so much, audience, for turning up and being this patient. Thank you so much, Narendra and Team Alma Better. That is that from our end. We have these, master classes on every weekend. So if again your friends, yourself, or your relatives, they're interested in this particular field, they can come here and get an insight about how the industry is actually working. So thank you so much. Thank you.